A picture is emerging of the suspect who officials say pointed a high-powered rifle at former President Donald Trump on a Florida golf course Sunday afternoon. Ryan Wesley Routh, 58, was armed with an AK-47 style rifle and was allegedly 300 to 500 yards away from Trump when members of the former president's Secret Service detail spotted him, according to Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw. The suspect was a few holes ahead of where the president was golfing at the Trump International Golf Course in West Palm Beach, officials said. Members of the Secret Service detail opened fire at Routh, according to law enforcement officials. It's not clear if he fired any shots. Bradshaw said a witness saw a man jumping out of the bushes and fleeing in a black Nissan. Officials got the license plate number, and the car was pulled over about 50 miles north of the golf course. The driver was detained and identified as the suspect. Law enforcement found the rifle, a scope, 2 backpacks with ceramic tile and a GoPro camera in the bushes at the scene. Records show Routh's issues with the law go back to the 1990s and include lesser charges of writing bad checks. But in 2002 he was charged with possession of a weapon of mass destruction, a felony, according to North Carolina Department of Corrections records. In another incident, he was charged with misdemeanors, including a hit-and-run offense, resisting arrest, and a concealed weapons violation, the records show. Suspect criticized Trump online. Routh voted Democratic in the 2024 primary election in North Carolina, and he voted in person, according to the North Carolina State Board of Elections. He appears to be registered as an unaffiliated voter. His X account, which has now been suspended, included a number of posts about Trump. At Real Donald Trump, while you were my choice in 2106, I and the world hoped that President Trump would be different and better than the candidate, but we all were greatly disappointed and it seems you are getting worse and devolving, he wrote in a June 2020 post. I will be glad when you gone. Passionate support for Ukraine. A CBS News review of Routh's social media shows his pro-Ukraine views seeped into his public statements as well. Routh was passionate about supporting Ukraine, even traveling overseas in hopes of fighting in the country's war against Russia in 2022.
We're moving on. You go ahead, have your lunch.
No, bro, I'm going to class.
Go
I'm a scholar.
Go to class. The Ukrainians have a right to fight back.
I don't do paper, though.
I don't care if you do paper or not. I'm looking for revolutionaries. A number of people want to take this whole system down.
Bro, I'm a veteran. Like, do you need me?
What kind of veteran are you?
Bro, I served in Nuketown.
Well, I think it's better to serve and fight in the powers over the system.
Bro, give me a Glock and a Hellcat.
Take a look at this.
Bro, but I don't do paper, though. I just told you that.
Dude, then get away. We don't need people who aren't serious. If you're not serious,
I'm serious, but I don't do paper, bro. You're literally killing the environment.
What are you doing here in Ukraine?
My initial goal was to come and fight. I think everybody around the globe should be motivated to come here and support the Ukrainians and support the army, no matter what gender, age, anything. Everybody should be here supporting the army. But I'm 56, so initially they were like, well, I have no military experience, so they're like, you're not an ideal candidate. So they said, not right this minute. So plan B was to come here to Kyiv and promote getting more people here. We need thousands and thousands and thousands of people here fighting with the Ukrainians. We need, we've got 190 countries around the world, and we need thousands from all of them. If the governments will not send their official military, then we civilians have to pick up the torch and make this thing happen. And we've gotten some wonderful people here, but it's a small fraction of the number that should be here.
These flags represent the civilians that are here fighting. It doesn't represent the governments, but we are keeping account of all the civilians that are here fighting, that have come from their own countries. They've sold everything they've owned. They've sold their vehicles, their cars, their motorcycles, everything, to come here and support Ukrainians. So it is truly heroic what these kids and adults have done as far as getting here on their own dime and spending their own money to come here and fight with the Ukrainians. But it's only a small percentage, of if we have 5,000 here against 5 billion adults, it is nothing. It's a drop in the bucket. And we need 100,000 people here fighting. This square should be filled with thousands of people from every country. We've only got 50 countries represented. We've got 190 countries. So obviously we're missing 140 countries. So that's unacceptable. So, every civilian from every country needs to come here. You know, this is an indictment of every civilian's good and evil compass. You know, if you're not here and you're sitting on your couch watching TV, then you're not doing the right thing. You know, this is about caring and kindness and loving and altruism and everything that's good in the world. We need to show Putin that generosity is what runs this world and not cruelty and terrorism. So this is an instrumental moment. We cannot let this the interest in this war drop off to nothing and leave the Ukrainians stranded and leave me stranded.